Welcome back to my YouTube channel where I highlight the best properties here in San Diego, California. Today we have our newest listing here in Coronado, California, showcasing this beautiful $9 million property that is mill stacked. It's a historic home, just absolutely stunning. Can't wait to show you guys this property. Follow me along as I take you an inside tour. And if you're not following me, hit that follow button, like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video. So today we're doing a different style of video here. I'm going to be walking through the property from the first person. Different from my typical style of video where I would set up my tripod normally and stand in front of each characteristic or part of the home and describe it. So I'm trying out a different style here. Let me know if you like it in the comments below. I'm going to be walking through this home, like I said, from the first person and just doing a little bit slow walkthrough, showcasing each individual aspect of the property. So here, right in the front yard, you can peek over this brick wall that looks into a little side yard. You have this nice little open layout here at the front of the property on a super wide tree-lined street here in Coronado. 1 block from the beach, you are at 1027 G Avenue. So this home was originally built in 1913. What's cool is that it's historic. It went through a multi-year transformation. It kept the original windows, which they resealed and reinstalled after the construction and renovation that happened here. So it retains its historic home designation and Mills Act tax savings, which is incredible on this property. It's currently listed for $8,995,000. So the tax bill on this price of a home is massive with that tax designation and Mills Act savings. First walk in here to the living room where you have that original fireplace, 112 years old. Super awesome that they kept. You have this little office space connected right to the front that brings in all this sun and natural light bringing into it. So super cool. And then off of that, you have the dining space here, just casual little dining space attached to this open living space. But what's really cool about that fireplace right there is that it's 112 years old. They kept it, they improved it, and still maintained it here in the property. So that is a wood burning fireplace. Normally you see gas burning here in most homes, and when people go through the construction and renovation they install that, but really cool wood burning fireplace here. And then right next to that there's this really cool little designated dog space. So there were pets here in this property and they had this built-in dog space. You could use it for storage, but having a little dog home is super cool. So originally this property went on the market in September of 2025. It was taken off of November 5th and then relisted in December with a different agent. So we are now currently selling it at $8,995,000. Stepping here into the kitchen, you have this beautiful 11-foot Cambria stone island along with these Cambria stone countertops. Super beautiful kitchen. I love the blue cabinetry you have. This is a chef's kitchen. You have high-end appliances. Love the backsplash there. And then right here you have a microwave kind of tucked in like that hidden spot right there. Super open, bright white kitchen. And then obviously those beautiful blue cabinets. Again, high-end appliances right here. And then to the left is also a cool little entry point from parking outside. You walk in and you kind of have a little mudroom where you can have these little built-in lockers you see here to the left. Here I'm just opening up the HVAC system. This was my first time walking through the property too, so just doing my due diligence and kind of seeing everything going on here in the property. But really like this cool little locker space. I love the blue again, how it's matching here, and then also in the kitchen. And then out there is where you're going to have tons of parking. Being 1 block from the beach during the summer can get kind of crazy over here in Coronado, so having all this ample parking for having friends, family over, whoever you want, is just awesome to have that many off-street parking spaces. Back from there, we have this cool little breakfast nook and just opens up from the kitchen. And then obviously here's this beautiful view looking at the kitchen. We had some people walking through here when we had it open. And then over here to the side, you have another kind of prep area, storage, wine fridge, and that's going to go through this hallway. And then tons of cabinetry space here. Love the kind of design and setup that it has. From there, we're going to kind of tie back into where we saw in the beginning, peeking over that brick wall right there, and you have this little kind of open space for a dog or kids or whatever you want to do for storage you can have out there. Super cool little design and plenty of room there. And then off into here you have a gym space is what they're currently utilizing it as, but probably could be another bedroom if you wanted. they're just using it as a gym space, but nice little open area to have other activities there. And then walking over this way, we have this open living space. So kind of cool. We have two living spaces. This one attached to the breakfast nook right there to the left, and then going into the kitchen. Off of this living room as well, you have a bathroom. So that bathroom could be attached to that gym space right there, which would be your additional bedroom. In total, you have 5 bedrooms and 3.5 bathrooms. And like I said, this home went through a multi-year transformation, so it lives like a new construction, new build, but has the historic charm and designation of a historic home, so you kind of get the best of both worlds. Oftentimes you see one or the other. You see a historic home that still has just its historic charm and lives like an older home. And then on the flip side, you see brand new construction homes that just live like a brand new construction home with not a whole lot of character. This is truly the best of both worlds, and especially here in the Coronado neighborhood, this is a great product, a great property here. Huge lot. You're on about 9,000 square feet, a little over that. And then this is one of my favorite features of the home is this outdoor backyard. You have a huge backyard for one for Coronado, and then 2 just for San Diego in general. You have a heated pool, spa. They have this little cool setup right there with the hammock swing. And then to the right here, you have, again, tons of storage on the side. An outdoor shower right there if you can see it. And then leaning back this way, low maintenance landscaping. You have turf, heated pool, heated spa. I like how they added these hanging plants here on the fence, and also just the privacy of this property. These high fences right here and wall that kind of encloses the home and the property as a whole. You don't really get too much peeking or peering in from other neighbors. And then this is the money shot right here in the corner looking at this beautiful home, and then the pool and the spa. And then another cool feature over here going off to the side is you have this built-in barbecue, this built-in flat top griddle. So attached is a 500 square foot garage space that they're using for storage right now. And it is ready for 2 new lifts to be built into that. So it's capable of adding car lifts if you wanted to go that route and do that. But it's brand new 500 square foot garage space, and then attaches that barbecue space. Super cool. Beautiful backyard space out here. You have a gas fire pit that they added. And then off to the side here again is, I was mentioning earlier, to the left was that mudroom that you walk into and then enter the kitchen. And then over here, tons of parking to add a bunch of cars, vehicles. A lot of Coronado residents have golf carts, so it's a perfect thing to store on that. And then get into the town, get into the village. Heading back inside, they have this shuffleboard space. I think it could probably get removed, just add a little bit more walkway over there instead of to have to walk in front of the couch every time to kind of get in and out. But really cool breakfast nook I like right there. Again, chef's kitchen. Beautiful backsplash back there, if you can see it. I should have zoomed in or got a little bit more of a detail on that, but super stunning. And then let's head upstairs, which has one of the primary things that I love about this home is that primary suite, and then it has 2 bedrooms that are absolutely perfect for teenage sons, kids growing up. They share a wall here to the left. So this would be perfect for teenage kids or just kids growing up to have. There wasn't a wall there before, but they put one up so each kid could have their own space. I wish my parents did that. Growing up, I shared a bedroom with my twin brother for 18 years, and this would have been awesome for us to have. So I'm jealous of their setup here. And then to the left is that sunroom, which is super cool. Upstairs, they have another living space for the kids, and then down that hallway is the primary suite, which we'll take a look at here in a second. But cool little bedroom spaces here. Again, perfect for kids. You have a storage space right there on the right of that bed. Out here as we walk is this sun-filled sunroom, hence the name sunroom, and that faces the street, so tons of natural light. Awesome little space up here. And yeah, super jealous of this setup growing up where I shared a bedroom with my twin brother. And then leading down the hall this way, you have this bathroom. And cool feature right here, you'll see right to the right, they have a urinal. Yep. A urinal, which is perfect for the boys. These obviously are boys here that share these rooms here. cool little feature you don't see in too many homes, but works for them. Dual vanities there. To the left, you have this other living space. Again, perfect for kids. And in Coronado. So to the left here, you have a little laundry space, sink, and then right here, which is one of the super cool things that I love that they have, is built-in refrigerators just for drinks. You have two of them, actually. There's one on the bottom there. I initially thought it was a freezer, but it's also a fridge, so plenty of room for drinks there. And then look at this. This is the primary suite with these super high vaulted ceilings. Great layout, having 2 bedrooms down the hall, and then having the parents' master suite here, which would be perfect for a family living here in Coronado. They have that massage chair in the corner, which can be offered if you wanted to do that, but I definitely need one of those. Super cool gas fireplace under the TV there, and then beautiful primary bathroom. This is one of my favorite things that you do not see too often, but I think is a real kind of decider of a luxury property versus a casual luxury property, if you will. Obviously dual vanities in the primary suite, but you don't see this too often. You have dual toilets. So really see these in high-end luxury properties, 10 million, 15 million, 20 million plus. Awesome little feature there. Love how they have that. I think that's an absolute necessity for luxury market. And then over here, large oversized walk-in closet. Tons of room in here. They could have maybe opened it up a little bit, but I love how they did use the space there. And yeah, this is the perfect layout of a master primary suite. I don't know if you can say master anymore, but forgive me if that comes out. That's what I've been saying for years. And beautiful primary suite. Let's head back downstairs, and we'll just take a little exit. That was me, obviously, in the mirror, me walking around with my gimbal. So I'm going to try out doing more of these video styles where I walk through and I think give a little bit better of a overall sense of feel of the home instead of jumping from room to room and standing in front of it and talking about it. I think this gives a cool little flow and gives you a better idea of the property you're looking at. So this is 1027 G Avenue, currently listed for $8,995,000 here in Coronado, California, 92118. Beautiful home. Like I said, 1 block from the beach. Love the mix of outdoor spaces. As you can see here in this drone shot, you have one right in front of the home and then a little turfed off one to the right of the property, and then obviously to the left you have all that parking space, and then to the backyard. Super cool backyard design, heated pool, heated spa, 500 square foot garage there, built-in griddle and little barbecue space right there, and then fire pit right in the middle next to the pool, heading out off of the main living space. And just a super nice lot in a great location with a great property at a great price with great tax savings. The list goes on and on. This is a home we have currently listed. It's absolutely stunning. I'll let you enjoy these last couple of drone shots. Thanks so much for watching this far. If you appreciate it and you like this video, like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you think about this new style of video. So I look forward to chatting with you, and thanks so much for watching.